purple mixer are back. It's been about a year since we've done anything. It's been a busy year, but here we are. We're happy to be back. And today I'm going to make triple chocolate chip cookies, which sounds really decadent, and that's because it is. So first thing I'm gonna do, so I have 2.5 cups of all-purpose flour, and to that I'm going to add 1.5 teaspoons of baking soda and 1 teaspoon of salt. And then I'm just gonna whisk that together, and then I'm gonna set that aside because we don't need that right this second. Get our mixer ready, just a regular stand mixer, and I fitted it with a paddle attachment. Go ahead and get some of my stuff lined up. So you need 1 stick of butter, which is equal to 1/2 cup, or 8 tablespoons. Whenever you see 8 tablespoons or 1/2 cup in a recipe, you know that it's 1 stick. To the butter, I'm going to add 2 cups of light brown sugar. And we're gonna beat that together until it's fluffy. Start it on low, otherwise you end up with sugar all over your kitchen. And then when it starts to incorporate, turn the speed up to about medium, which is 4 on a KitchenAid's artisan mixer. Then I like to turn it up to about medium-high, which is 6 on this stand mixer. Maybe getting a little overzealous with that. Turn it back down to 4. And what you're looking for is for it to get kind of light and fluffy. This is called creaming together the butter and the sugar. And this is normally step 1 in most baking recipes. There's many different methods. This is called the creaming method. And you see this one a lot. It's when you beat together your butter and your sugar. I'm not as concerned about it getting really, really light and fluffy in these cookies because I want them to be chewy. If I was making a cake, I would want the sugar to be more dissolved, but I don't really want that here. All right, it's almost the consistency of like Play-Doh. So now turn it back down to low, or stir. That's the important part. And add in 2 eggs, 2 large eggs. Turn it back up to beat it in. Add each egg 1 at a time. Stop and scrape down the bowl if you need to. I don't currently. Next, I'm gonna add 1 teaspoon of vanilla. Once again, turn it down low. 1 teaspoon of vanilla. Let that incorporate. Now I'm gonna turn the mixer off and I'm gonna give it a good scrape down because it's got sugar down at the bottom. There is no graceful way to do this. It is messy. Set that there. All right, now I'm gonna pour in my flour, baking soda, and salt mixture. In a cake, you would do this in batches, but this isn't a cake. So just dump it all in. Once again, very slow. Yep, and it's still gonna throw flour, but that's okay. And you just want that flour to incorporate into the butter and sugar and the rest of the ingredients. You just wanna bring it together. You don't wanna overdo it. And once all of the flour is kind of mixed in, turn the mixer off, lift it back up, scrape down anything you need to on the sides. I always end up with a little flour stuck to the sides. That's okay. Just scrape it back down. Make sure you reach the very bottom of the bowl. This is very stiff dough. All right, now, fun part, best part if you want my opinion. I have three different kinds of chocolate chips. I have semi-sweet, milk chocolate, and white chocolate. And I have half a cup of each. It sounds excessive, and I'm not going to apologize about it. These are excessive. You can change this up and add whatever kind of chocolate chips that you want, or chips. I have substituted, I think, the white chocolate for peanut butter chips before, and that was really good too. But today I'm just using 3 different kinds of chocolate chips. Pour those into the bowl. It's very stiff dough. And then you're just gonna stir it until all those chocolate chips get mixed into the dough. Okay. That only takes a couple seconds. So now I'm gonna use my spatula to get all this dough off the edges. The paddle, set that to the side. My stack is getting precarious over here. All right, I'm gonna remove that. I've got 2 sheet pans lined with parchment paper. I'm gonna do these one at a time. I'm gonna turn it so you can see. There's so much junk on that screen, I can't tell what's what. All right, so you're gonna use I think this is like a teaspoon scoop or a tablespoon scoop. I don't really know. It's my cookie scoop. And it was made for right-handed people, but I'm not right-handed, so I've learned to adapt it. So if it looks awkward, it's because it is. All right, so you take one of these, about that much, and you wanna do about 20 of these per tray. I always get really excited whenever I can get exactly 40 cookies, but sometimes it doesn't work that way. I don't know why, but try to do about 20 of these dough balls onto each tray. And I like to line them out nice and neat. Kind of let a little bit of my perfectionism show here. It's not always the best quality, but it is what it is. Oop, I'm gonna have to scoot them closer together. Yeah, I'm not perfect. I'm not a professional. Just do this because I like to. These cookies are incredibly quick to make. They're not fussy. You don't have to chill them, which is also, I think, one of the nicer things about them. Sometimes cookies need to be chilled before they go into the oven. This is not one of those cases. Get my last little row of 4. I try to do 5 rows of 4. I'm saying that 3 times fast. Try to spread them out just a hair because I don't want them all melding together. They will spread a little bit in the oven, but not a whole lot. Here are 20 triple chocolate chip cookies about to go into a 350-degree oven for about 9 minutes. And I will do the other ones now. The farther down you get into this, the fiddlier it gets, or at least the fiddlier my scooper gets. You can add anything that you would like to these cookies. They're incredibly versatile. Like I said, you could swap out the chocolate chips for your preferred blend. You can do one. You can just do regular semi-sweet chocolate chips if you want to. You could add like chopped pecans, walnuts, macadamia nuts. You could do a lot. Around the holidays, you could even add in some festive sprinkles if you want to. I've done that before. But sometimes we just really want some regular, yummy, triple chocolate chip cookies. Yes, that is as excessive as it sounds. Sometimes excess is okay. Let's see. Oh, I think I'm actually gonna get 40 this time. Woohoo! Of course, anytime there's more than 40, I'm certainly not going to complain, because more for me. Well, it looks like we might get a little bit more than 40, but that's okay. I won't tell. I'm trying to think. We might be able to get a whole 4 more. Let's see if I can fit them on here. This may be a gigantic mistake. If it is, I don't know that you can make a mistake with the chocolate chip cookie though. I don't think there are any mistakes in chocolate chip cookies. Except raisins. Maybe raisins would be a mistake. Maybe optimistic. Overly optimistic here, but we'll see what we can get. Oh, it looks like it. What do you know? 4 whole extras today. I try not to be too hard on myself. Like I do have some perfectionist tendencies, but I'm trying not to, especially when it comes to baking. Baking is a science. They do say that. There are certain things that you can and can't do with it, but I'm not going to be overly hard on myself about it. This is just for fun. If you love it, then that's why you do it. Right, so here's the other 24 this time. And we're waiting on the others to come out in about 5 minutes. So, actually I think I'm going to sneak these in just to make it go faster. So, our cookies have come out of the oven now. You can see they're a little golden, little spots of gold all on top. And what we want to do is we want to let these cool in the pan for 1 minute before we move them onto a cooling rack. Notice that they look pretty puffy right now. As they cool, they'll flatten out. Just let that cool for just 1 minute. This is the longest minute I've ever felt, I think. Okay, I had to make sure that it was actually recording the audio, and it is. Go me. All right, so now, best way to do this, scoot it over a bit, I guess. Okay, so now we're gonna scoop our cookies onto a wire rack and let them cool. I'm never gonna win any prizes for consistency or shape or size, but nobody's perfect, so why should cookies be perfect? I don't like that sort of manufactured, like everything is completely uniform. I think it should be a bit more willy-nilly. Ooh, that one, I think that one might be my favorite. It's got a lot of chocolate chips in it. I don't know, this one looks pretty good too. I don't know, I haven't chosen my favorite yet. All right. So we let them cool for about 5 minutes, or as long as you can stand it, and then we'll bust one open and you get to see it, and then I get to eat it. So I think it's kind of a win for everybody. I don't really know what else to say about chocolate chip cookies. I mean, they're just good. So they're still, actually, you know what, I do know something else I could say. So they are very soft in the middle, almost underdone feeling, but nobody's ever complained about that. Then why do you think we all like to eat cookie dough? Because it's good. But they're nice and brown on the bottom, crispy around the edges, and really soft and chewy in the middle. The chocolate chips are kind of like semi-melted, but they're not goo. And you can still kind of tell the flavors apart. That's number 2. And yeah, they kind of got smushed together as having an extra row, but it's fine. No one ever complained about extra cookies. I hope you're not picking up my stomach growling because I'm really hungry. These cookies aren't helping. I'm meant to be fasting, but that's not working. Okay. All right, second batch of cookies. We will start spooning them out so I can find a good way to get in there. Here we go. extra crowding in the pan made it a bit hard to figure out where to start. Pick one and go. I might need my extra cooling rack. Yeah, see, corner cookie. It's pretty funny. All right, now I think we've had enough of this misery. I need to find the best looking one out of our previously cooled ones. I think this one. Now let's break it open. So it looks a little underdone in the middle, but it's still got yumminess inside. It's nice and crispy around the edges, but still soft and gooey in the middle. It's my kind of cookie. All right, that is triple chocolate chip cookies today with Baker's Dozen School of Breadcraft and Biscuitry. That is a mouthful, so we'll just call it Breadcraft and Biscuitry for now. All right, don't really know how quite to end this, so I'm just gonna end by showing you a wonderful cookie.